The Grand Admiral Zekselk stood on the command bridge of the Inevitable Conquest, flagship of the Kordaxian Imperial fleet. His translucent appendages rippled with anticipation as the blue-green world appeared on the main view screen. Earth, the final piece in the Kordaxian puzzle of galactic domination. Status reports, Zekselk demanded, his voice translator converting his high-pitched clicks into the fleet's common language. All 1,000 warships in optimal condition, Admiral, his first officer responded. Weapon systems charged. Planetary shield disruptors ready. Ground invasion forces standing by. Zekselk's mouth parts twitched in what his species recognized as a smile. The Kordaxian Empire had conquered 37 star systems in the last cycle alone. Their technological superiority was unmatched across known space. These humans, with their primitive fossil fuel vehicles and their quaint nuclear weapons, would be just another footnote in the glorious expansion of the Empire. Send the standard ultimatum, Zekselk ordered. Demand their unconditional surrender. Inform them that resistance will result in the eradication of 90% of their population before occupation. The communications officer transmitted the message toward Earth. The bridge fell silent as they waited for the inevitable panicked response. The pleading, the capitulation. It always went the same way. But no response came. Perhaps their translation systems are inadequate, the first officer suggested after several minutes had passed. Zek waved a dismissive appendage. No matter. Begin the approach. Deploy shield disruptors as soon as we reach optimal range. The massive fleet moved in perfect formation toward Earth, a choreographed dance of destruction that had spelled doom for countless civilizations before. The Grand Admiral felt a touch of disappointment at the lack of resistance. He had hoped these humans might at least try to fight back, if only to make the conquest more interesting. As the fleet reached the orbital position that intelligence had determined to be optimal for their attack, Zekselk gave the order, deploy planetary shield disruptors. Admiral, the sensor officer interrupted. We're detecting no planetary shields. Zekselk's appendages stiffened in surprise. That's impossible. Every technological civilization develops shield technology before achieving spaceflight. Nevertheless, Admiral, the planet is unshielded. A murmur of confusion spread across the bridge. A populated world, completely defenseless. It was unprecedented. Perhaps they've developed some form of cloaking technology for their defenses, the first officer suggested. Irrelevant, Zekselk decided. If they have no shields, this will be even simpler. Prepare the primary weapon systems for the demonstration strike. Target their largest population center. The weapons officer input the commands, and the inevitable conquest hummed as its devastating planet-cracker weapons charged. A single blast would level an area the size of a small continent, a demonstration of power designed to crush any hope of resistance. Just as the weapons reached full charge, the sensor officer called out in alarm. Energy spike detected. Massive power signature emanating from the planet's surface. Origin? Zekselk demanded. Unknown, sir. It's not matching any known weapons profile. The officer never finished his sentence. The view screen suddenly filled with light, brilliant and blinding. For a fraction of a second, Zekselk saw thousands of pinpoint energy beams rising from Earth's surface, each one targeting a specific ship in his fleet with impossible precision. There was no time to react, no time to raise defensive shields, no time even to comprehend what was happening. The Kordaxian Imperial fleet, pride of an empire that spanned half a galaxy, simply ceased to exist. In a monitoring station beneath the Himalayan mountains, General Maya Patel watched as the threat assessment system powered down. Around her, the international defense team relaxed slightly, though they remained at their stations. "Confirm all targets neutralized," she ordered. "Confirm, General," her systems officer replied. All 1,000 vessels destroyed. No debris large enough to reach atmosphere. Clean operation. Patel nodded and tapped her comlink. Madam President, this is Patel. The SHIELD system performed exactly as designed. Threat eliminated. No civilian casualties, no environmental impact. On the other end, the President of the United Earth Alliance sighed with relief. Thank you, General. Please extend my gratitude to your team. Will do, ma'am. Patel ended the call and addressed her staff. Stand down to condition yellow. Maintain orbital surveillance. And someone get Dr. Chandrasekaran on the line. I want to tell him his quantum response targeting system worked perfectly. As her team moved to their next tasks, Patel glanced at the main screen one last time. Humanity had spent decades preparing for this day, knowing it would eventually come. The universe was vast, but not infinite. Contact with an expansionist alien empire had been a mathematical certainty. What the Cordaxians had failed to understand was that humanity's apparent technological primitiveness had been a carefully crafted illusion. While Earth had indeed once relied on fossil fuels and nuclear fission, those days were centuries past. The humans had simply learned long ago that broadcasting their true capabilities across the cosmos was a fool's game. Poor bastards, Patel murmured to herself. They never even knew what hit them.